Hello Namibia and welcome to NMH at 1 on Thursday, the 25th of February 2021. I am your host Priska Anyolo and thank you so much for joining us today. So do stay tuned as we bring you videos from the rerun election in Aruab and of course a look through the highlights of all editions of the national newspapers today. Moving on to our COVID monitor. On Fridays, our COVID-19 monitor focuses on daily averages for Namibia. On a week-to-week basis, new cases per day by Wednesday increased with 15% from 192 to 118. The overall graphic for the country is showing a new upward movement after the second wave of the pandemic started to subside. New cases per day mirrors this, with the far north as a major driver of the upsurge after outbreaks at various high schools. Of Namibia's 25 health districts, 13 is recording an average of 5 or more cases per day compared to 10 a week ago. Mariental is back on the map while Gebabes and Inanna moved off the map. In 11 of the 13 districts shown, averages increased. Oshikuku, Tsandi, Oshakati, Onanjokwe and Umuthia have a combined daily average of 84 cases, or almost 40% of the total. The Kavango East and Zambezi regions make up another 15% of all cases. The Oshodonjupa region is also experiencing an increase in cases. Over the past 7-day cycle, the total cases in the Oshikoto region surpassed 2,000, while Zambezi moved beyond the 500 mark. Moving on to the first video insert for today. The southern town of Aruab is one of the places where a rerun of the local authority elections is taking place today. Here is the presiding officer, Mr. Vleermeis, where he tells Elizabeth Joseph that they expect people to show up in numbers and that things proceed successfully.
I am H.F. Vleermeis. I am the returning officer for Aruab Local Authority. Everything that is to be done here is under my supervision. We are here for the rerun of the elections, and as you can see, the people already start to queue up, and we hope for a successful exercise today.
So our morning is starting. Some people are gathering already as the voting is about to start. It's just to 7 and it's 7 o'clock. We will be ready.
Since the 12th of February, employees of the Namibia Fish Consumption Promotion Trust across the country have been on strike, demanding better salaries. Yesterday, the workers approached headquarters saying that the strike will not end until their demands are met. David Siluka, NFCPT Public Relations Officer, explains to our coastal reporter Leandria Lowe why employee salaries cannot be increased.
The reason why the board and management of the Namibia Fish Consumption Promotion Trust decided not to increase or to keep the increment for the financial year 2020-2021 was because of the performance of the previous year, which is 2019-2020, where the trust did not perform well. If you look at our figures in 2019-2020, the trust managed only to distribute 5,496 metric tons, whereas compared to the previous year, which is 2018-2019, the trust managed to distribute about 7,116 metric tons. So you can see a decrease there, and that decrease, I think it's about Let me just quickly check. It's in 23% that we did in terms of our distribution. So the practice is that we only increase salary based on the performance of the previous year. So what we have decided is that we keep the salaries of the 2019-2020 unchanged, and then we can negotiate for the 2021-2022, which is a promising year. Yes.
But they are also alleging that the salaries are as low as 1,200 for the lowest employee, lowest earning employee.
Okay. Unfortunately, that is not true. Our lowest employee of the trust gets paid roughly about 3,973. That's their basic salary, excluding the 60% medical contribution from the employer and 8% pension annuities that the employer also contributes towards that. This is a growing institution. The space that we had before could no longer accommodate our current staff. So we had to vacate the place and get it constructed, like additional and alterations to that. So like I indicated to you, we don't have most of the offices that we have currently, even the registry and this board we did not have. So these are offices that we need in order to perform our duties. So when the building was constructed, literally was to ensure that it carries or it accommodates the current and the future capacity of the trust. And in addition to that, the reason why we are basically buying furniture, it's not because it's for luxury, no, it's a need. Most of the furniture that we had or that we have currently have exceeded their lifetime, which is 5 years. And most of them are broken, like I showed you this one that we are currently sitting on. So they need replacement. It's not like we are going to throw away these furnitures. They are going to be auctioned and the money is going to be brought back into the coffers of the trust. So in addition to that, like I indicated earlier, we have some meeting rooms like this one. The world is, we are moving towards innovative so that we can at least have proper meeting rooms where we can have our meetings. And also our registry does not have any furniture at all. So the reason that why these furnitures are being brought is to basically ensure that we operate into an institution or an office that is equipped with necessary equipment and office equipment that will enable us to do our work properly.
Just to tell us, what sort of furniture are you procuring?
We are procuring the tables, basically. It's not chairs. We are fine with the chairs so far, but it's most basically the tables, the screens that needs to be installed here, and the cafeteria, as well as the registry and other offices.
In our next video contribution, Tim Ekanjo, Chief Human Capital and Corporate Affairs Officer of MTC, announces support for Hope Village.
As part of our corporate social responsibility portfolio at MTC. You will recall that in December 2020, we announced our partnership with Hope Village with an investment of 5.7 million for the next 3 years to ensure that over 100 orphans at this village continue to live a life deserving of the dignity of every Namibian. We are certainly proud of this partnership, but we promise to do more because our people are worthy of our support. For the longest time, the MTC brand has largely been associated with sponsorships, an area in which we have outdone ourselves. We have largely been silent about our CSI initiatives, an area we have now committed to doing more, thanks to the support of management and the board of directors. During this challenging COVID-19 period, we are pleased to have seen the human spirit of the MTC brand shining by coming to the aid of our people.
Inform us I also like to recognize the presence of the colleagues from the MTCK, an initiative by and for MTC employees that on a monthly basis put money aside from their hard-earned salaries to look into causes in society or communities that the company itself cannot perhaps assist. So I'm talking about an employee on their way home and then seeing a child walking from school barefoot and then recognizing the need to assist them of maybe buying them school shoes. Just last week, the team was in the Karas region in Kois where they donated sanitary pads as kind of a back-to-school initiative to.
To end off today's video section on a lighter note, and to kick off the weekend, Yana Marie Smith compiled this clip on how children in Namibia, Canada, and the Netherlands experienced COVID.
Sleeping in late, eating whenever I wanted. Best was that we could stay home and sleep late, and yeah, that's it. We can sleep long, or we don't have class tests.
Well, my absolute best was staying at home and sleeping late and just doing what I want.
Best was I liked the fact when I could sleep late, no homework, have to put my school uniform on. And also going to the bathroom whenever I wanted, so I don't have to ask the teacher.
I don't like sleeping in, just are happy to spend the whole day with your family.
2020 was not only filled with doom and gloom, but there were also some good moments. I gained useful technical experience through iSchool offered by my school, Bergop Academy.
Reading. I love reading. And binge watching Netflix. That was definitely something nice.
We got the opportunity to do e-learning and develop creative ways of doing things.
For me, the best part was the summer break because lockdown was over and I was able to meet my friends again and go out to the beach and have some fun.
Play in the snow.
Play in the snow.
You have a lot of time to think. So when you have a lot of time to think, you think about serious things. So that happened a lot. And I lost a lot of friends because now that they're not with you the whole time, they kind of lose interest in you in a way, or you just kind of realize who are your true friends.
After a week of iSchool, when it started, it got really difficult and I couldn't see my friends and I got cabin fever.
Not being able to see my friends and family was pretty sad, and I also missed traveling.
That I didn't get to see my friends, and some people might even gone into a financial crisis and some may have lost their lives.
I had to spend most of the year inside, and e-learning was a bit hard because I also got easily distracted. Can't see our friends, we can't go to holidays, can't see our family. I like more go to school than have online school. I hope that 2021 won't be so crazy.
That the economy improves so my mom can get more money so I can get like a game or something.
For Corona to go away and us to stay safe. I'm excited because it can be that coronavirus will go. I truly hope that they do not close the schools again, that everybody stays healthy, and that we can stop wearing masks and hand sanitizing.
Leading the print news in Namibia today. The Namibian Sun reports on documents which reveal that government officials filed for liquidation of Air Namibia on the same day that Prime Minister Sarah Kukongelwa Madila was engaging unions and the Swapo Youth League on the possibility of cabinet reversing its decision. Republican reports on a number of towns, including Rehoboth, that are experiencing disconnection of water supply due to outstanding debts to NamWater. The National Water Supply Company is also urging various ministries whose arrears are running into the millions of dollars to pay their bills to avoid disconnections. Allgemeine Zeitung reports that while hotels and other accommodations are from now on allowed to sell alcoholic drinks on Sunday and public holidays, only to overnight guests though, restaurant operators are disappointed because they have been excluded from this relaxation of the COVID measures. The lead story in Namibian centers on a leaked correspondence which allegedly shows that the late Werner List, one of the country's wealthiest businessmen, convinced former President Sam Nujoma to arrange the allocation of fishing quotas to subsidize one of his businesses. To entice the government, List donated 6 of his farms, which now benefits 50 landless families. Today's New Era puts the focus on a group of more than 400 learners in Oshikoto region who have contracted COVID-19. Being isolated in hostile facilities for long periods has seemingly caused mental and anxiety issues for them.
If you're feeling how I'm feeling and you know I won't stop, all we gotta do is take our love to the top. If I got it and you want it and you'll never let it drop, all we gotta do is take our love to the top. I will ride for you, maybe even die for you. When I'm loving you, but my heart don't stop.
From inside the daily newspapers. Market Watch takes a look into the factors playing into a drop of about 23% in Capricorn Group's profits for the last 6 months of 2020. The Careers Supplement shares the personal journey of Mr. Ramsay MacDonald, Managing Director of Deloitte, Namibia. Republican's Weekly Focus article gives the findings of researchers who now believe they have established the cause of fairy circles in desert areas stretching from Angola and Namibia to South Africa's Kalahari. Following the Namibian Sun's inquiries into government's bidding for the sale of 170 elephants, the Ministry of Environment has refused to reveal any information on the 5 bidders that reacted to the tender advertisement. Allgemeine Zeitung cites a report finding that over 50 million people in southern African countries can no longer feed themselves safely due to the COVID-19 pandemic. This has prompted proponents of a basic income grant for all citizens to once again raise this idea as a possible solution. The Namibian has a story exposing the hardships of police officers deployed at Etosha National Park for anti-poaching operations. Low wages, poor food quality, as well as unsafe and unsuitable conditions are some of the concerns raised by the officers. Meanwhile, New Era reports that Ombudsman John Walters and a youth forum from Korigas are seeking an interdict that would set aside a cabinet decision that certain jobs should be reserved for children of the liberation struggle and for them to be employed without going through the normal recruitment process.
If you're feeling how I'm feeling and you know I won't stop, all we gotta do is take our love to the top. If I got it and you want it and you'll never let it drop, all we gotta do is take our love to the top. I will ride for you, maybe even die for you. When I'm loving you, but my heart don't stop.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have finally reached the end of our show. Do have a wonderful weekend ahead, and goodbye from me, Priska Agnolo. And do stay tuned for a snapshot of today and tomorrow's weather as well.